Hey, welcome to the room. We are looking at my 1970 Fender Stratocaster. This guitar, first of all, her name is Sunny. Obviously, Sunburst, so her name is Sunny. It is electronically all original with the exception of I put a 5-way switch in. This is my gigging guitar. It's the guitar that I'm the most comfortable with playing almost anything. I know that I can get any sound that I need at a cover gig with this guitar. Hands down. It's definitely become the number one. Light, love the neck profile, but like any guitarist, I just can't leave well enough alone. So I do like the way it sounds, and I've tailored a lot of my pedals to work with the guitar and to work with the amps, right? To work in an ecosystem. But I do wish it was a little bit more Stratty. Lately I've played some early 60s Strats, and I think they have a little more girth, a little more oomph, a little more harmonic on the top end. And in comparison, this is a little bit shrill. So what I want to do is I want to do a pickup swap. And to make things easier so that I don't get a bunch of people saying, oh, you're going to kill a 1970 Strat. What I did was for the extra couple dollars, I just bought a pickguard. And so I bought a pickguard and a harness, and I'm going to put the pickups in this. So what I'm going to do is I've played a set of Rocketfire pickups, Rocketfire 60s pickups, in a Strat copy, and I really liked the way that they sounded. So I grabbed a wiring harness, the Rocketfire pickups, some hardware, and this pickguard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bass line sound, and then I'm going to pop this guy in there, and I'm going to see, do I like it, do I not like it? And leave some messages in the comments. Let me know if you like the pickup swap, if you think it's better or worse after. So with this one, the original pickups, I've had to repot the bridge because it did squeal quite a bit, especially with any sort of volume or gain behind it. Didn't change the tone of the pickups, but it stopped the squealing, which was great and easy to do. So not really a problem. But they are a little bit shrill. They do lack some lower mids, and so I do want to get some of that in this pickup swap. For the sake of the pickup swap itself, I'm going to spare you the time of watching a bunch of soldering and a bunch of close-up views of some electronics. I'm happy to do a video on that, so let me know if you want to see a pickup swap. I'll gladly do one and record it, but they're all over the place, and it wouldn't be anything original. For the sound demos themselves, I'm going to go through my pedal board. I'm going to try my best just to use the TS-808, a tube screamer with a Strat through a 68 Deluxe Reverb reissue. So Fender through a Fender with a tube screamer, just so that it's a very well-known sound. So I'll do some cleans. I'll do some stuff with the tube screamer. Yeah, I'm just going to record right through that Fender amp. So sit back. I'll flash some cool images of the pickup swap. I won't make you sit through it, but I'll give you some good before and afters, and let me know what you guys think. I'll be back for a recap, too. Oh, hey, by the way, if you like this video, do me a favor and hit the little thumbs up button and give the video a like. Also, if you like the gear demos, if you like the pickup swaps, if you like some of the little DIY build projects, the stuff that I'm recording and putting up on this channel, do me a favor and hit subscribe because it really helps me understand the content that's resonating, what you guys like and don't like, and there's a lot more on the way. Thanks. right, so my 2 cents. I am ultra familiar with this guitar, right? This is a 1970 Fender Stratocaster. This is my #1 gigging guitar. Very familiar, very comfortable with how it sounds and how it works through my pedals and my amp, right? So I sort of know what to expect, or I did. I knew what to expect and knew what it sounded like. I took the all original 1970s minus the 5-way switch that I'd put in, and I put in a wiring harness with a pick guard and a set of Rocketfire 60s pickups. Pretty low output actually, 5.6, 5.7, and 6.4K, I believe. I'll throw that up on the screen. Also, I will throw any information that is relevant to any of the parts here if you're interested for your own Strat tone journey down in the description. Please also let me know any and all comments that you may have. I'd be really curious your thoughts as to how subtle or how night and day you thought the difference was to your ears. I'm going to do my best in the sound samples to represent what it sounds like in the room. So I'm not going to do any post reverb or anything. What you hear is what the amp is doing, or the whole rig is doing actually. So to my ears, I think that I have been compensating with the overdrive pedals and the settings on the amplifier and the use of some tone knobs for some really shrill harshness that I had in the 1970s set. And I've been using this tone control way back for a long time, especially on the bridge setting, but in almost every position where the tone controls work, I've been rolling back the tone quite significantly. I've also been using drive pedals to compress the top end to be less spiky. And I think that's the other thing. The dynamic range on the original set was great, but these things, are sort of twofold. They don't have that really crazy harshness. They have a much more present low mid-range, which is great. That's what I was hoping for. That's what early 60s Strats really seem to have. Not that it has it in spades like an early 60s Strat does, but certainly this set seems to have more of it than this guitar used to. The other thing, because it's not so harsh, you can actually crank up the volume and have significantly more dynamic range. And I think you can hear that in some of the clean clips. Now, what I did here was I kept all of the settings exactly the same. So that hasn't been explored in the clips, but what you can hear in some of the audio is that with the removal of the harshness, I think some more of that dynamic, especially the finger playing clean stuff, comes through. And so overall, what I'd have to say is I really like where this guitar has ended up after this pickup set swap, after this swap that we did here in this video. It's going to allow me to, first of all, I need to gig it, right? So I'm going to gig it in the next coming weeks, and I'll give a short update based on how this performs in the context of a band. But I'm really excited to be able to dial up the volume and then on the amps and on the pedals and stuff, and really use the volume knob to explore some more dynamic range now that I don't have to worry about the pickups being so spiky and so harsh and so cutting and shrill. I hope that you guys had a great time watching this video. I hope that the sounds came through and that you could either not tell a difference or tell a difference. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. Check the description for more information on all the parts that you saw, on the setup, on the recording rig, in case you're curious how some of this was recorded. And I'll see you in the next one.